So this morning on day 2 of the NHL draft, we awake to the news that the New York Islanders have decided that they are going to trade Travis Hamonic to the Calgary Flames for and a fourth round pick in 2019 for a first and second rounder in 2018 and a second rounder in either 2019 and 2020. Now, before I get into my opinions on this trade, there's a lot of conditions to these picks, and it was laid out by TSN's Bob McKenzie, saying that if the Flames were to miss the playoffs in 2019, the Islanders were to get the 2019 second round pick. If the Flames make the playoffs in 2019, the Arizona Coyotes get their second round pick due to a pre-existing deal, and the Islanders get the Flames' 2020 second round pick. If the Flames send the Islanders a second rounder in 2019, they get the Islanders' fourth round pick in the same draft. And if the Flames send the Islanders a second rounder in 2020, they get the Islanders' fourth round pick in 2020. A lot of conditions, as I didn't think that there would be this much math to the deal. But when I first saw this deal, I really didn't understand it as much. You know, the Islanders went out a few days ago and acquired Jordan Eberle, a top 6 forward, that made the Islanders better. And them not having to give up a key player on the team, such as Travis Hamonic, made this team a lot better than it was, making the Islanders steadier on offense and keeping intact a defense that has depth to it. But then there were reports going out there that Hamonic, his mom has again been having problems, and he would like to go to a team that was in Western Canada, which made it more eminent of why they decided to do this deal. But at the same time, if you think about it, last year they would have been able to get Taylor Hall for Travis Hamonic, only assuming that deal would have been accepted on the fact that New Jersey gave up Adam Larson to get Taylor Hall, and I think that Travis Hamonic is a more steadier defenseman than Adam Larson. But getting these picks, I feel like this means that there's something big coming. And I don't know if that is to say that the Islanders are still going to acquire or push hard to acquire Matt Duchene or an Alex Galchenyuk. But acquiring these draft picks isn't really as bad as it looks. Yeah, they traded a top 4 defenseman for draft picks. They didn't get a player back. But if you really think about it, Calgary, even if they were to just keep the picks hypothetically, Calgary has a 35-year-old goalie that they just acquired in Mike Smith. And he isn't always the most reliable guy. He wasn't steady in Tampa, which is why he was moved out. And he's had times in Arizona where he struggled. And if Calgary was to fall and they were not to play good, the Islanders could potentially have a lottery pick here. I haven't seen anything that said that this is lottery protected. So if Calgary was to miss the playoffs and they were to not have a great year, the Islanders could have a top 10 pick alone just in the first round this year, and then still have a second rounder in the same draft, which is also going to be a high pick. Like I said, hypothetically, if Calgary falls out of it, they were a playoff team last year, and then a second rounder in either 19 or 20. That isn't really bad for how Travis Hamonic has played lately. Hamonic, it was one of my favorite Islanders. He's the heart and soul of the team. He was really good on the ice, but he was a better person off the ice. He did a lot of charity work. He meant a lot to the community, and that's really going to be missed. But only time will tell how this trade is going to look out. From right now, Calgary got a top 4 defenseman who's making, I believe, $3.8 million over the next 3 years, which is not bad for a player of Hamonic's caliber. Last year, he struggled with injuries. And the Islanders, in his span of being out, I believe he missed 28 games. They went 20-8 over that time span, which showed that they really didn't need Travis Hamonic. But that just shows that how how high teams are going to pay for top four defensemen. And it's weird people are giving this, giving this hate because, Montreal was able to get David Schlemko for a fifth. And if Hamonic is really worthy of a first and 2 second rounders, to me he is. But only time will tell again. Just looking back at Hamonic's season last year, he was limited to 49 games. He had 3 goals and 11 assists, and that was his lowest total since the 2012-2013 lockout season. So right now, we'll have to wait and see who won this deal. Right now, Calgary has a really solid top 4 defense with Mark Giordano and TJ Brody, Dougie Hamilton. Now they add Travis Hamonic to the mix, and they're still trying to re-sign Mark Stone, which would give them 5 really high-quality defensemen. So until next time, guys, I'll talk to you later. We'll see how this works out, and hopefully the Islanders make a splash in free agency. Who knows if this all just clears out cap space, because now they have a lot of cap space. They cleared 3.8 off the books. They got the $5 million gone from Grabowski's deal. They obviously got it back when adding Eberle, but now they have plenty of cap room, and they're going to more than likely now re-sign Calvin DeHaan. This gives Ryan Pulock a for sure shot at staying in the NHL for the full year. So we'll just have to wait and see if the Islanders do make a trade, or if they try to make a splash in free agency, maybe sign a Tyler Johnson to play center, or who knows, maybe there's a way that they would decide to go over Kevin Shattenkirk, even though I think Shattenkirk is overrated. But until next time, guys, I hope you all have a good day, and I'll see you in the next one.